Hi everyone! So welcome to the first try it of the routine argument writing. And the first try it is about helping students find arguments in their own world, surrounding themselves with their own arguments. And it's a kind of a weird place to start when you're thinking about source-based argument. But remember, we're talking about creating a culture of argument in our classroom. And one of the best ways to start is by helping students see that their whole world is filled with stances, with beliefs, with positions that they take, and that that's an okay thing to do. In fact, every choice that we make, things that we enjoy doing, the ways we spend our time, the conversations we have, show stances or beliefs or positions that we have in the world. So we have a few strategies for you to try today to practice surrounding students with their own arguments in their lives, and they're just going to practice making claims and explaining why they think a certain way. So there's a Google folder that you can click on, and there's 3 strategies to practice. There's a using a writing territories or writing topics list to find an argument. There's a quick list to find an argument, and there is a schedule of a day. What I'm asking you to do is to go ahead and try 2 of those idea generators. And they're going to look simple. You're just going to do them in a notebook. Here's my notebook. Here's my schedule of my day that I've written down. And you see I just wrote down the schedule of my day, just as the directions tell you to. And then with each of the strategies, I ask you to go back and code your idea generators with an A. You see, this strategy of helping students find arguments in their own life leverages what's already in their notebook. A writing territories list, journal notes that they have written, ideas to prompts, and they go through and they code their work in their notebook for places they find arguments. So for example, one of the strategies you will try is a schedule of a day. And in that schedule, like I said, you just write down your schedule. 5:20, my alarm wakes me up. At 5:25, I wake up my daughter Jill. At 5:30, I make coffee. At 6 o'clock, lunches and breakfast. 6:10, Jill gets on the bus. I go through my schedule, pick up Jill from tennis. I eat dinner. I take Kate to soccer. I watch Big Brother with the girls. So I have various things that are going on in my day. But you'll see I've went back to my schedule and I coded them for places that I find an argument, or places that I have a stance. So next to our eat dinner, I have an argument. Because I do think that eating dinner together is something really important. It's a claim I make for my family. It governs some of my choices. And actually, I even think I could do some research on that. So I'm going to code that right now with an R, which means I'm going to go back and look up some research on eating dinner together as a family to see if I can support my argument any further. I have an argument next to wake up Jill because it's 5:25 in the morning. For a 14-year-old, that seems really early. Or I have an A next to picking up Jill from tennis because I think I have an argument around after-school sports and their accessibility for students and whether or not what their role is. And so I have an argument around there. And in fact, I might be able to do some research there too and look up some sources. So I'm going to put an R next to that. After you've completed some of the idea generators and coded them, what I ask you to do is something that at our site we call writing sprints. And that's where you just choose one of your ideas and you write for just about 1 minute, maybe 2. Because we're just sprinting. We're just getting ready for the big long marathon we're going to do later. So go ahead, pick a topic and write. And you jot down for 2 minutes and then you stop. And then you go ahead and you pick another topic and you write. What is your claim? Why do you think so? Do that for 2 minutes. And then you stop. And then you do it a 3rd time, because things are always great in 3s. And so you do it a 3rd time, and by the time you're finished, you have a couple pages of idea generators and a couple beginnings, some seed arguments for things that you might be able to make into bigger arguments. But even if you don't, you've practiced the idea of making a claim from your own world. And here's why this is important. 1, we want students to know that they have a voice, that they do make stances and make choices, and they do make arguments in their world. 2, later on, at the end of all this CRWP work, they do something called an extended research argument, where after they have practiced their skills in mini units, in text sets that we've set up, so that way they can practice skills, they're going to choose their own topic that they really want to think about. If that's the first time they've ever practiced choosing a topic, it might be a little hard. So let's practice early. It's like a bookend in the CRWP. So good luck. Post below ideas, pics of your writing territories list, your schedule with coding, or even some of your writing, or some of the things that your students did. Or go ahead, make a video like I did and tell us what you think. So happy arguing!